Well, interesting. I just shared a video. I actually haven't seen the whole thing, but I just caught the tail end of his sermon on the television, and he was preaching about love. I'm like, this guy is good. I really like him, and I felt convicted in my heart. Given the current cultural climate, I've been unloving. Yeah, I've actually made some mean comments. I've made mean comments. As a Christian, you're not supposed to be a slanderer. You're really not. I mean, a slanderer, I guess a slanderer would be somebody, would that be somebody who's just making stuff up about people, or just be somebody who's just saying mean things about people? Either way, making stuff up means lying about people, trying to defile their reputation, just taking the worst positive, the worst impression of them that you could. I mean, what comes to my mind? Those Marilyn Monroe things. Who was that artist? I can't remember. He had these weird depiction of Campbell's soup cans and Marilyn Monroe, Andy Warhol, that's right. I think of Marilyn Monroe as a very tragic soul. I know that Billy Graham tried to reach out to her shortly before her death, and she was backstage and she was very haughty to him, and she said, I don't need your Jesus. Yet what humility and what love. He probably had an idea of how she might respond and how she might react to him. And then look what happened to her. My mother idolized Marilyn Monroe. Many people of my mother's generation did. If you don't know the story of Marilyn Monroe, you might have to do a bit of research. Tragic background that woman had. Now so much is being exposed. If you love somebody, set them free. Didn't they say that in The Police, or Sting said it, one or the other, before he went solo or after he went solo? I don't know. He said, if you love somebody, set them free. If they're doing this stuff to kids, if they are doing this, I'm not talking about naive young women. I'm not talking about even 17 years old, because even the Beatles had a song, well, she was just 17, if you know what I mean. Whatever that meant. My mother had all the Beatles records. I think she had every record. She even had the White Album. You know why it was white? Because it was too pornographic to be sold in the U.S., so they had to white out the cover of the 33 RPM album. Folks, if stuff like this is really happening, and I've been hearing about it for maybe a couple, please, I was around even when Twitter was still Twitter. I was even around when MySpace was there. MySpace, who does MySpace anymore? Maybe people in outer space. Every time I would post a particular comment, it's like people would say such hateful things that that person's comment would be redacted. I can't tell you what the comment was about. You might have an inkling. You thought you had freedom of speech? No, this is my safe space. I can say what I want. I can do what I want. How dare you invade? Yeah. this subterranean territory. So just to wrap it up, at the end of the day, it's not our business to know what people do, what people have done. Have they repented? I mean, it's our job to get them to repent. As Pastor Paul Taylor said, as they were nailing Jesus to the cross, he was saying, "Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do." Isn't that the epitome of grace? Anybody who has hatred in their heart for their fellow human being doesn't know God. Because, as Jesus said, if you say you love God whom you have not seen, but you don't love your neighbor whom you have seen, and all people are made in the image of God, you're being a big hypocrite. You can't say you love God if you hate your neighbor. So let's balance this with the idea that, I mean, if Saddam Hussein somehow actually didn't die and he was going out there and like murdering a bunch of people in various places around the world, well, it'd be very loving to arrest Saddam Hussein. I don't think he's still alive, but maybe some people think he's still alive. But I mean, innocent people, I mean, it's not, I mean, it's very mean to just be so aggressive toward a person and arrest them. Well, if they're a murderer and worse, how are you going to deal with that sort of a person? I ask you. So, I mean, love is multidimensional here. So, I mean, it's a gemstone with numerous facets. That's what I think love is. Thanks for listening. Adios.